Hey booze, hey, welcome back to your girl's channel. Y'all, the teacher and said some crazy stuff to the kids that the kids believe was okay. The R word. I don't know if we're allowed to say that up here. So I gotta be careful. You two be tripping. I wanna know exactly what she said to these kids. So let's get into it. Okay, so apparently the lady in the blue is the teacher who said some R word stuff to the kids, and the lady in the black shirt is the assistant principal.
He wanted us to read Sweden Zoo. I was like, I already read that. Okay, so she's on her way. We offered you water. Did you want to go ahead and get started, or?
Sure.
Okay. So we already took care of introductions, it sounds like. So thank you. I want to just thank everybody for being present, because I know that this is a challenging topic. Mr. H came to me in yesterday about the concern that you brought to his attention, and he put me in charge of looking into the situation. And I just want to reiterate, like, this is a
basically what she just said was the actual principal put her in the line of fire and made her deal with it. That's what I just heard.
Like, this is a place, Mr. H and I have an understanding, like, it's very clear this needs to be a place of safety, trust, and accountability for everyone, not just the students, not just the parents, but students, parents, and staff. Oh, did it just pop in and out? So we do take all of these concerns seriously, especially when it deals with racism, because you leave our students.
So obviously the woman shaking her leg in the black denim jeans or whatever the hell those are, she's the mom, and the little black boy that just walked in, that's the son who apparently heard some stuff he ain't like.
So you leave your student with us all day, and so it's really important that we have an environment where there is trust and that there is safety on campus. So it's important that we need to have this conversation and make sure that you leave here still feeling that way. So I just want to frame what I am understanding, and at any point, please feel free to interject. But from what I understand, a few days ago, Mia, you shared with Mom that Miss Pine made inappropriate and potentially racist comments towards you in class. Is that pretty accurate?
I'm sorry, I think I said little boy. That might be a little girl who's just like dressed in the school uniform and looks like a boy. Mia's a girl name, so that must be a little. My bad, y'all. My bad. That's a little girl.
Pretty accurate.
And two of her friends.
And two of her friends, the same day. Was that true?
The day that I'm referring to is the day with Marcelo and the other little boy when Miss Pine had said something. I don't know if she said something to her this day. She just told me that Miss Pine said that the little boy's skin tone wasn't the correct skin tone for the Minecraft character on the screen.
Got it. Okay.
And she
I thought
said
this was regarding Mia.
It is.
Okay.
Because she said something to her yesterday about looking like she smokes or she's high.
Okay.
So I brought up the other situation because that's racially, that I don't play that either.
Yeah.
Even though those other two boys aren't my babies.
Yes. So I looked into that situation when it happened, and we spoke to the appropriate parents, and it was all cleared. So we didn't bring that to the students because we didn't understand that that was an impact on the students, but
I'm gonna tell you where the impact falls in place, because she's black.
Mm-hmm.
She's out of line for saying something like that to any child.
Yeah.
Period. So if you don't see how it impacts her, there's a bigger issue we have here.
So what I'm saying is I looked into the situation, and it was not a racist comment at all, and the parents understand that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What my child brought to me, I'm not asking what the other parents said. I didn't ask you to speak with them on my behalf.
Oh, I didn't.
That bothered my baby enough to bring it to me, is how it impacted her.
Got it.
Do you understand that?
Now I do.
Okay.
So regarding that, so I apologize. It sounds like we should have made a whole comment to the entire family, group of families, but that was not a racist comment at all. And
At all. To say that a white woman can say that your skin tone looks darker than the character that you put to a child.
Yeah.
This is what the child decided to make for their avatar. You don't think that's out of line?
I'm not going to necessarily say that it was, but that wasn't her place to get into their kid business. Whatever he wanted his avatar to be, if he wanted his avatar to be a little white kid, he could have did that. That's his avatar. It ain't her place to get in kid business. Let them do their game. Why do you care what skin tone his avatar is? I'm not going to call her the R word completely, but she do need to mind her damn business. That's for sure.
Line.
Out of context it is. So in context, when we're talking about the color of the crayons that were...
I'm not asking about crayons. I'm talking about the... Let me finish.
Okay.
So maybe you can understand me, baby, better because you're not black. So I'm trying to bring an issue here that it seems like you're trying to push to the side and you're saying it's absolutely not racial. To me, it affected my daughter enough for her to bring it to me.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. You don't have to address me about the other kids. If you spoke to their parents, wonderful. I'm telling you, it affected her.
Yeah.
It didn't sound right to her ears. She brought it home to me.
So it sounds like she's holding on to that because it did really impact her. And the ensuing comment that she's saying that happened yesterday, compiled together, made a bigger impact. Is that what I'm understanding? Because what I'm trying to convey is that comment was not intended to be racially charged. The impact to the two students was addressed with the appropriate parents when it happened, and that was a week ago or a couple weeks ago.
So you knew about that?
I did.
Okay, so that's fine that you spoke with their parents.
Yeah.
None of my business. My concern is that her comment to those other black children affected my baby.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be directed to her, but then it ended up getting directed to her yesterday.
Yeah. And you found out about that comment yesterday.
No, I found out about that last week.
Got it. Okay. Now it's making more sense. Okay. So I was not aware that impacted the rest of the classroom because when
I'm not talking about the rest of the class. I'm talking about can we stick with her right here?
I would love to. Because what Mia is saying is that Miss Pine made inappropriate comments, I guess it was yesterday then, about Mia directly. And from when I looked into the situation and spoke to the students that were around her, they did not mention anything that would have come out of line, speaking to like any racist comments.
You spoke to what students, Mia?
No, I spoke to the students around her.
Okay, did you speak with Mia?
I took your complaint as one and the same.
Did you speak with Mia?
Not at the time.
Okay, so taking out, I came up here for her.
Yes.
Not the whole class, not even the other two boys. So to speak to everyone else, I don't understand how that makes sense and you didn't even speak to the one that, I'm her mother.
Yes.
Why haven't you spoken to her about the issue?
So I wanted to address the both of you together.
But you just said to me that my statement was enough, but you already spoke to other people.
Yeah. Because I'm seeing you as an advocate for her. So what you say is what Mia says.
No.
Okay.
I'm not here at the school. Y'all at the school.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go speak to other students, why would that make sense for you to didn't take my word for it?
I did take your word for it.
She's here, I'm not here. It's like a whole circle around because she's here with you guys. Then she has to come home and tell me what you did. Mm-hmm. So I have to come back to the school and talk to you. But you're talking to other people. So I'm asking, why didn't you speak to her? You said you just took my word for her. I'm not here. Whatever she witnessed, whatever she went through, don't you think it's appropriate to speak to the actual child that it happened to?
I do. But in many cases, when I've done that, I've gotten quite a different response from the parents about...
Not my problem. Yeah. I think it's appropriate to speak to the victim of whatever has happened.
Okay. So would you mind if I ask her right now? Ma'am?
Absolutely.
Okay. So what did Miss Pine say?
What?
Yesterday.
she pulled me aside and said, she had said that in the picture that my friend had taken, that it looked like I was smoking.
Right. Okay. Have you had a chance to look at the picture?
No.
Okay, let me go grab it.
Is this something that you did say?
So to clarify, it was Monday. I just want to put that out there. It was not yesterday. It was Monday for the context of like dates and corrections. It was Monday, and if I can speak to what I did real quick. So there was 4 students involved in that picture that happened. I told each student and pulled them aside individually outside while the rest of the class was inside. So I stood in the door so I could see both the class inside and outside, and also have a conversation outside for the privacy of the students. Talked to each one directly, and Mia was the last one that I did talk to. It was probably a 10-15 second conversation with each student about, what did you do? Sorry, you did XYZ. Are you going to do it again? No. You sorry? Yes. Okay, go back to your work kind of situation. Went back with Mia. I told her because of the picture that we will show you, it was in a situation from the picture. It could be implied that she was trying to do something that she wasn't.
Well, what exactly are you implying? And I already know darn well that they're not going to show us the picture. But if there's 4 kids in the picture, I don't care what they're doing. Unless there's an actual cigarette, doobie in their mouth, you don't tell a kid that they look like they've been smoking. Like now teenager, okay. Teenagers. But a kid, unless you have full-blown proof that a kid has done something, you don't make accusations like that. That is a child. And then for Mia to be black, why you gotta be smoking? Why you gotta be negative stuff like that? Are you telling the little white kids that? You telling the Mexicans that? What, are you telling all the kids that? Or are you just picking on specifically certain kids? What is it, ma'am?
Why that she was trying to do something that she wasn't. I wasn't saying she was. I pulled her aside. I said, hey Mia, the conversation can go one of 2 ways depending on what you say. Because from what I see, the picture, it seems like you're doing something inappropriate, like smoking weed or cigarettes or something that you shouldn't do.
You said that to a 10-year-old child.
I do not know if I said
hold on, because you just said what you said you said.
And that's why I want to say, I do not remember in that moment, in that exact, if I used the exact word weed or not. I may have not said weed, I may have, but I want to put it out there as if I did, to make sure that like I do have that as context, because I could have said weed. I know I did not say any other like context of anything else. I could have said it looked like you were smoking cigarettes, or like I thought I said weed. I am not for sure, and in that case, I do can acknowledge that saying that could have been is inappropriate, and for that, I would like to apologize for that, because I could have just said it looked like you were smoking. I didn't need to go into details of that.
Apology to my baby.
I do apologize, and I 100% sincerely, I do apologize for saying the weed aspect to you. That was inappropriate, and from my perspective, going back and looking and reflecting, I should not have said that context of that part to you. So for that, I do apologize as the adult. I should have used my words more correctly for that, and I am sincerely apologize to you and any impact it may have had on you and your family. I am sorry for that, truly. From the picture though, with the context, I did say excluding that part, going back to the smoking, of like if you don't admit to it, then it can go, hey, admit to it.
What?
Admit to the picture of like, hey, you could have done something from the picture. It could have looked like you were doing something inappropriate. She said that she was just trying to throw trash away from the picture, but I was like, okay, I understand that now. Thank you for clarifying that. But understand from my perspective, with the way you were holding it, it could have looked like you were implying something else. Thank you. Are you going to do it again? No. Okay. Are you sorry? Yes. And then we went back inside and she would continue to review work.
Okay. I would love to see the picture, please.
Yes. And then just so for additional context, it was happening in the middle of the classroom, so it's not just the picture. She saw the actual thing happen.
Yes. I had it as happening.
Yeah.
I do apologize, and if I can apologize for anything too is going forward. I never knew that the comment about the Minecraft had any kind of indication to you. Like, you never said anything to me, and we don't know unless we're told. So, like, telling us right now.
As a grown white woman, I think it's appropriate for you to keep your mouth closed about the color of the skin for any melanated child or human being.
And going forward, I am definitely like looking at the next year. Like, I need to make sure, even going forward today, but like going forward next year, I'm definitely more aware of like, okay, I need to be more aware of what I say and apologize for the
Absolutely,
impact
because
of
we
the
are living
classroom.
America, and I know that you know that's enough of that already. She's 10 years old.
I don't disagree, so I do apologize going forward.
Thank
I
you. I
do
appreciate
apologize.
your
You brought it out,
apology.
like I need to watch my tone of voice too sometimes.
Absolutely.
So I can agree to that, because if you give her bring my attention, that way I do. It takes a lot of confidence of mom to come and have that bravery to bring it to the
It
table.
takes
So I
a
do-
lot as
I
a
do-
black woman to live in America amongst
do
your
acknowledge
people that
that.
have enslaved my people. Do you understand that?
I
So
do.
for you to easily be able to say something like that to my child makes me
That's
very,
why I
very
wanted to
upset.
apologize for any indications. I didn't know that comment. Again, in my context, I didn't know that that was any kind of indication. And going forward, if you do have something, I would love it if we could
How
address
about,
it.
hold
going
on.
further,
If you
there's
see
something.
anything else or you think she's smoking any weed, you address her parents.
Their parent, I can reach
You don't do
I
that
don't
with
know if I
the,
have. Is your contact information on parents?
look here, don't play.
No.
We're not gonna play. I said what I said. The next time you have an issue like that with my child, reach out. All of my information is in the files.
My question
Please
was
reach
an
out.
email or a phone call. That's why I was trying
Both.
to ask. Okay, perfect. Thank you. That's why I was
You
trying
can
to
send a
ask.
text message or burn up smoke signals. It doesn't matter.
Got
You
it.
reach out to me.
Contact you. I will do.
Okay, sorry. I just realized I had other students' faces on there, so I had to block them out really quick. So it's kind of meh. It goes both ways. Isn't, is or isn't, but that's me in the back.
And while I did apologize about like, hey, there's an indication. I'm sorry for going forward. Thank you for that apology. Thank you and say thank you. If you guys would apologize directly to me.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So it goes kind of both ways. Like,
What
Ms.
are the
Pine
two
said.
ways it goes?
So it's like maybe she is throwing something, but it's also like this. You know what I mean? So I could see Ms. Pine. You know, I don't smoke, so like this just looks
She
like
doesn't
this.
smoke either.
Yeah, I know, but
So she wouldn't know either. Just like you
Yeah.
said, you don't smoke, so you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
She's 10.
right.
Something like that is some concerning to her. Bring it to me. Bring it to her father. Go to the contacts in the school records.
Yeah.
You don't accuse my. How many children, 10-year-olds, know about smoking and smoking when you have no
Quite a
clue?
bit.
Quite a bit. Do you know my daughter knows about it?
I don't know what.
So
they
it's
know.
now been introduced to her. Do you see what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Yes.
Because of a photo, you couldn't even in the adult world. She's the child. Who's the adult here? Bring it to the other adult. You pull her outside and says, it looks like you've been smoking weed. She's 10. She didn't smell like weed. She didn't look like she been smoking weed. She didn't look high, but that's what she found appropriate to say as a teacher
Yeah.
to my daughter. That's absolutely, I am not okay with that. And they were throwing away trash, but you can't even see her whole face. She's holding a piece of trash. She's literally, I'm looking at the picture right here.
In the picture. Yeah.
What are you saying? In the picture.
What I'm saying is, and I actually prefaced this. So Ms. Pine was in the classroom and saw the entire context.
Let Miss Pine let me know what happened.
Okay, from my perspective, again, I was walking in the classroom as they were doing a computer activity on the computer, walking around circulating. I saw the group of students gathered taking a picture. As soon as I took the picture, I grabbed the computer and I said, okay. And then that's when I started addressing the class of going back to let me talk to you guys outside individually. And I pulled the students. I had to send them away as the rest of the class was working on it. And then I talked to each of the 4 students, being the last
You
one.
said that. I'm thinking I'm going to hear something else about they're walking around act like they're smoking. I'm hearing nothing extra than you both already just said. So that's not extra context for me to understand how you got to the conclusion of my daughter looked like she's smoking on this picture.
So, I mean.
How would you feel as a mother of a 10-year-old that I send my baby to school every day? Now, I already heard this last week.
Yeah.
Now, I'm looking at this picture. If that's so concerning for her to say to her, should have been addressed with parent, mom, dad.
And
There was no reach out. I had to come up to the school because you think you can just say whatever you'd like on whatever you feel. I don't think that's okay because I trust y'all with my baby at this school. Now she been introduced to something because you are grown. You think this is what she doing. You didn't just tell me, and you're sitting up here advocating for, well, she saw she saw extra stuff. What extra stuff other than they were taking the pictures? I already knew that. And hold on, let me finish. Please don't cut me off because I am pissed off. You just accused my black baby of smoking weed. That's not a joint. That's not marijuana. That's not drug. That's trash. You found that to be an appropriate statement to make to my daughter, knowing damn well that wasn't no weed. That's not marijuana. She's not smoking. But that's the comment you made to her. Wasn't even a thought that you can keep down your throat. You said it out loud to her. and then asked her if she's sorry. Are you sorry for, do you see how that can impact the child? And you sitting up here trying to make it, that's not racial at all, is what you said. You don't hold on, let me finish. You don't get to tell me as a non-black woman what is racial to me. Do you understand that? Is that a fair statement? Is that a fair statement?
No.
As a black woman over here, you don't get to tell me what's racial to me.
No.
That's not a fair statement.
I don't get to person.
I don't get to tell you what's racial to you.
Right.
So why do you think you get to tell me what's racial to me?
So I understand that's racial to you.
Okay,
As
so
a
that's
neutral person.
hold on.
Yeah.
Because I'm asking you the question, but you're trying to answer something else that you want me to listen to.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a fair statement? I just asked you, do you think it'd be fair if I told you what's not and what is racial to you? You just said, no, it's not fair. That wouldn't be right. That's the initial question I asked for myself. You don't get to tell me what's racial to me, what's inappropriate to me, and for my child.
Right. I'm not telling you what to do.
You just did.
No, I'm not. I acknowledge your opinions and your feelings are totally valid. As a racialized
That's what I asked you. So when I asked you that question right there, you said no.
I'm not saying that.
You're not listening.
You're not listening to me. I'm not telling you that your opinion is wrong. I'm just saying, as a neutral party, seeing both sides of the situation, the intent was not racialized.
I'm not talking about this.
So
this is not the racial issue I have. That other comment she made affected my baby come home to say something to me.
Gotcha.
This is a white woman talking about, oh, your skin tone is darker than the avatar you made on the computer. That's inappropriate. If that's what the child wanted to make, listen to what I'm saying instead of looking in the sky trying to think of something.
I'm not.
Don't try, just hear me.
Gotcha.
This is a white woman talking about, oh, your skin tone is darker than the avatar you made on the computer. That's inappropriate. If that's what the child wanted to make, listen to what I'm saying instead of looking in the sky trying to think of something.
I'm not.
Don't try, just hear me, and maybe you'll understand, baby, better.
Yeah.
The child decided to make a Minecraft character. They could have made themselves look like a unicorn if they wanted to. They made themselves a little black boy, black whatever. She found it appropriate in that manner, in that situation, to tell these kids, that's the wrong skin color. Aren't you darker than that? So, again, you can't sit here and tell me what I feel is racial.
And I'm not.
That's my whole point.
Yes.
So I'm telling you, that is what bothered me. That was racial to my daughter, and she brought it home to me. This right here, we ain't even gonna go into all the semantics on this weed picture. But for her to find that comment on the blue black boy's skin tone was appropriate as their teacher. They mama don't send them to school for her to tell them your skin tone is actually darker. You need to change your avatar. I'm pretty sure them boys' mama don't send them to school for her to have a comment about their skin tone. That affected my child enough for her to bring it to me. And you sitting up here trying to curb I don't need you to do that. What needs to happen is I need an apology for my baby. I would like it in front of the school. You don't see it as racial, didn't ask you if it was. I'm telling you what it is to me. I have the issue here because my baby is affected. You wasn't affected. That ain't your child.
Okay.
Are you trying to cut me off, or are you going to let me finish speaking because you're tired of hearing me speak? My baby's been going to this school. Okay, then don't cut
Please
them.
do not raise your voice out.
Listen here, I can speak how I want. Please tell your staff to respect my children. Don't tell me how to speak when...
No, I'm not going to let you sit here and
yell. Okay. No. You know what, Miss Pine, you can go.
Yell at me.
Miss Pine, you can go. Miss Pine, you can go. Go ahead, Miss Pine. Because you want to protect her. Look, who protected my baby? Who called me? You don't want me to yell, but she's able to say racial things to kids at this school. Okay. But you want to send Miss Pine out. What you gonna call? Call the police. Call everybody you need to, because I'm yelling.
Cool down.
And then what? What we gonna do after that?
We can have a calm conversation.
Okay. So where would you like for me to wait at to cool down?
You could totally sit.
Okay, let's finish having this conversation now.
I do not want to be yelled at.
I don't want my child to be talked to in
I understand.
Let's go back in here. Thank you. Because my assertive speaking is offending you.
It's not.
My daughter. Girl, go ahead.
Girl, sorry.
Yeah.
I am a mother of a 5th grader too. Only Filipino boy, dark skin.
Don't care. I do not care.
Understand.
What are we doing about Miss Pine?
What I'm trying to say.
What are we doing about Miss Pine?
I have addressed her.
What are we doing about Miss Pine?
So you're yelling.
I'm following you. Where are we going?
I am not going to be yelled at.
I'm asking you what we're doing about Miss
You are
Pine.
yelling at me.
My baby.
I understand that.
Come on.
I deal with
Come on.
all the babies.
Let's have a chit chat. I'm trying to figure out what's happening with Miss Pine. Your concern is the tone of voice in which I have.
No, this is not.
Okay, look, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna listen. You're gonna tell me exactly what we're gonna do with Miss Pine.
So, I have already addressed Miss Pine. We have looked into the situation. We are doing things to make sure that she understands that.
What things?
So I have cultural training, right? Her intention is not
I don't need you to speak for her. Just tell me what you're gonna do with her.
So I have trainings with the staff every year, okay? And I've addressed her about it.
How
As far
often is the
as-
training? Because for her to do this, is she getting the training?
So again, that becomes a situation where we need to talk this out, right?
Well, you
Because-
sent Miss Pine out because you didn't like how my volume of my voice was, because how pissed off I am about the inappropriate stuff your teacher did.
So what I'm saying is that she is not intending on doing this, right? So she is training. Just like when I talk to the students, I teach first, right? And then I do.
Don't write. I'm not going to agree with you. Just talk to me, please.
So I teach first, and consequences will follow if it does not improve.
What is the consequence for Miss Pine is what I am asking.
That is something that I cannot share with the public. That is an HR
That's okay.
issue.
Can you please get me your superintendent's number?
Mr. H,
Okay. Well, get who's above him.
the board president.
Okay. Can you give me their information?
I don't personally have it. You would need
Find
to
it.
Mr. H. So I will bring
Go get Mr. H and thank you.
Yeah.
Right on time.
So she would like Mr. Max's phone number.
I cannot give you that phone number. Can I give you the email board at soundprep.org?
I'm sorry?
Board at
Can you write it for me so I can reach out to them? And who is this?
It's the board president. That's how you contact them, or you can come to a board meeting. Which our next one.
Okay, so she just said Miss Pine, she's not able to tell me what's going to happen with Miss Pine or what
When staff-
consequences.
yeah, when
Is that
staff-
what it is?
When staff gets wrapped
Is that what it is? Okay. If that's what it is, okay. Thank you so much. Go ahead and grab your backpack so we can go home.
Who y'all siding with on this one? Is the mom right and she not tripping and this teacher got us messed up? Or is the mom over exaggerating, trying to make it more than what it is? What y'all think?
I am very, very grateful for y'all liking and sharing and really pushing that video out, because this shit is really serious. And just thank you. Even though I was there for my baby, I'm advocating for all of them black kids at that school, because the school is predominantly black. It is, you go in the classroom, you'll maybe see 2 white kids, maybe. It is a predominantly black school. And guess how many black teachers there are? One. And I think they start at pre-K. If they don't start at pre-K, they start at kindergarten and they go through 8th grade. So just imagine how many black kids are there. And there's a white woman sitting up there saying simple ass shit like this. Just simple to her. Just, oh, well, yeah, I just... Even me going back watching that video, it was a lot of things that being there, I didn't even notice, but watching the video, I'm looking like, this shit is even worse than the bad that I thought it was. I have already done, I've started my paper trail. I've already emailed that raggedy little bald head ass principal man. I emailed the school board, the president of the school board. I'm reaching out to the Board of Education, filing that formal complaint with the school district, and I will be contacting the Office of Civil Rights. We really gonna go in because I don't I don't know what else this woman or them do at the school with these kids. And the way it was just brushed off, the way I was spoken to, there was circles being rounded about in conversation, dismissive, disregarded. Just everything in the book was getting cut off while I was in the middle of speaking. That's why I'm like, for the ones of y'all that was just like, and especially for the black women that was up under my video and my comments talking about, well, you need to compose yourself and you need to, this is why you yelling, you don't have self-control, and this is why your message will never get across. Instead of hearing the actual issue, I see what side of town you on. You make sure you keep your ass over there. Keep your Candace Owens ass right the fuck on up over there. I don't even know why you up under my video. Because whose side are you on? So again, thank you. I still got some things I need to go and handle because I actually had to go up to the school to my oldest daughter's school because they ain't even letting her take a shit in the bathroom. So I just got back from that school. It's shit. Just what? I don't understand what the fuck is so wrong with the people. It's really showing me how unhappy people are. It shows me America ain't shit. These systems are definitely raggedy as fuck. Yesterday, after that happened at the school, after the meeting happened, it was her day to go back to her dad's house. I expressed to him that I think, she should wait to go back. Just give her a moment before, just leave her out these next couple days for the rest of this week. She can go back next week and see her friends before summer hits. But, just give her a chance to ground herself and process what happened. And I know it's not even going to take a day, for her to process this. This is going to process throughout her life, on top of whatever the fuck else comes in throughout her life, because she gonna be black forever. Again, my biggest thing is thank y'all for the support of my baby and really giving me resources and people that really need to be reached out and talked to and different options and stuff. I really, really appreciate it. I really, really, from the deepest part of my heart, I really appreciate that. I love y'all for that. Thank you.
I would have been up at that school too. I want to talk to the principal, the teacher, the vice principal. I want to talk to your treasurer. I don't give a damn which. I want to talk to everybody up here. Because there are just certain things you just do not say to children. There are certain things that can scar people for the rest of their lives. So you got to be careful what you say. Our tongues are actually weapons. Our tongues are lethal weapons. As an adult, stay in your adult ass place. Remember that you are an adult. Remember that children are going to be children. Let them be children. Children are going to make mistakes. They're going to do stupid things. But it's how we decide to handle it, how we decide to treat the situation is what really matters in the end. Because we are the adult. We are the one who needs to set an example. But no, the adults just as dumb as the kids nowadays. And that's just the world we live in now. So what y'all think? Tell me down below, honestly. Who tripping? The mama, the teacher, the vice principal? What would you do in this situation?